Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to the Courtroom Files Live. We will start our day in Miami-Dade. This is Judge Mindy Glazer.
Corrections, let me know when Mr. Sorgo visits us. Your Honor. What?
Your Honor, once we're done with the female.
All right.
Llama cuando regreses, okay? We have Ms. Thrope, Your Honor.
You know, he was covering Judge McCuss. Now he's trying to finish his calendar, so he should be here fairly soon.
Correct. That's what
Good morning, Ms. Thorpe. You were arrested for burglary to an occupied what? You're arrested for burglary to an occupied dwelling, a second-degree felony, and grand theft, a second-degree felony. This is from June 11th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
No probable cause argument with regards to the grand theft. However, I would be arguing that there was no burglary of an occupied dwelling.
So it looks like he met the victim earlier that night at the Coco nightclub. They went and got some Jamaican food, went back to the victim's home. And then he drank some brisk iced tea, and after that, he began experiencing abnormal fatigue and drowsiness. Let's just say when he woke up, his apartment was ransacked, and he's lost over $25,000 of merchandise, jewelry, IDs, bank cards, Ring doorbell camera. There's probable cause. Let me just see something for the count two. I agree with you as to the burglary. So count one, actually, ma'am, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are O. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times. So count one, burglary. I don't believe there's any probable cause. The state files is saying that she entered under like a false pretense, but I don't think that's sufficient for probable cause. So count one, do you want $1 or you want an ROR? I mean,
Yeah,
a release, right?
Yes, Judge, I'd be asking for release outright.
Release outright.
No piece.
Count two, there is probable cause for grand theft. That bond is $75,000. Stay away from the victim. Good day, ma'am. 7,500, sorry, 7,500 count two. Release that right, count one, 7,500 count two. Next case. Inez Burrows, page 3.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for aggravated battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There is probable cause for the charge. She lunged at the victim, first with a curling iron, then with a knife, and she actually cut the victim on his upper arm and chest area. So there's probable cause for aggravated battery. You are ordered to stay away from Anthony Anderson, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment at all times.
Yes.
Judge, just based on the fact that he borrowed her possession and then effectively stole it and gave it away, would Your Honor be inclined to lower the bond?
Okay, because he didn't. 1 minute.
Because he committed a theft.
I'll set bond is $5,000. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Right.
Does she have money for a bond? I can give her a house arrest.
Do you have a home?
Does she have money to post the bond, or you want house arrest?
Judge, if we could do house arrest alternate bond?
All right, house arrest with a GPS monitor. Alternate bond is $5,000. It will be level 3 house arrest with a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good day, ma'am.
We can change that.
Next is Vanessa Cardenas, page 3. Good morning. Ms. Cardenas, do you speak English? Yes?
Yes.
Ma'am, you were arrested for possession of cocaine, attempted tampering with evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Will tap taker? You got a place to stay? Not tap, pretrial. Do you have a place to stay?
Yes, I do.
All right, let me give it. We're gonna give tap. Tap alternate bond, count 1. She has recent priors, 3. That's why she's getting tapped. Tap alternate bond, count 1 is $1,000.
Judge, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make an probable cause argument on the tampering. There was no indication of destruction. They were able to recover it. I'd be asking for no PC and a release outright.
Just because they recovered it afterwards doesn't mean she tampered.
It's still a tampering. It's an attempted. I said that anyway. $1,000 is probable cause. Tap alternate, 1,000 count 1, 1,000 count 2, $500 count 3. Ma'am, you have an address where you live, so they'll
Yes, I
send
do.
you come back to court. Have a nice day.
Address?
Thank you. Next is
Okay, thank you.
Amanda Rabkina. Page 3. How many pages of ladies do we have? We're almost done. Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Defense would be arguing probable cause on the assault charge.
Okay, tell me what that is. She pulled out a knife from the knife box, waved the weapon at the victim. So
Your
how is it not an aggravated assault?
No, Your Honor, it says waving the knife from a close distance. There's no indication within the 4 corners of the arrest affidavit that she was moving towards the individual, making any movement towards them. The victim specifically stated that the defendant did not make any threats while holding the knife. And so I'd be asking that no probable cause be found for the assault. It has to be more than just waving a knife in the air. Also, there's definitely a stand your ground motion here.
Okay, there's probable cause. He felt scared. He showed the video and it showed her waving a knife from a close distance. She did not make any verbal threats, but waving the knife is a threat. There's probable cause. You are ordered to stay away from John Paul Cecil, the alleged victim. No contact with the victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, school, and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And you may return to the victim's residence one time only within 48 hours of your release from jail. You must be accompanied by a police officer so that you can retrieve your personal clothing, health items, medication, personal and business-related paperwork, work tools. If you go to the victim's home without the police, or if you stay there, you will be arrested. Do you understand the stay away order, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, I'll set a bond, 4,000 count 1, 1,000 count 2. Have a nice day. Next is Sheila Dumas. That's because she had no priors. I lowered a little. Sheila Dumas, page 4. Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Is she eligible for pretrial? She's a signal. I'm setting a tap alternate bond. $2,500 count 1, 500 count 2, ROR count 3. What signal is she? Next is Jacqueline Abanis, page 4.
This is an added charge.
Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for, you speak English, right?
Habla inglés, correcto. Spanish.
Ma'am, you were arrested for A battery by a detainee on another detainee. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Señora, usted fue arrestada por agresión física de parte de una persona encarcelada hacia otra persona encarcelada. La asigno al abogado de oficio.
There is probable cause for the charge.
Motivo fundado para el cargo.
No entendí, no entendí.
I'll set her bond at
Tiene un nuevo
$1,500. Have a nice day.
1,500 de fianza, señora. Buen día.
1,500 de fianza, ¿ok? Pero
Next.
ella te más, ¿ok?
Do you have now Leandro Asordo for the private lawyer?
Sí, gracias.
Hoffman, is this your client? Where's Mr. Hoffman? He's always raising his hand. There he is. I don't know. He may, 1 second, your attorney's here, Evan Hoffman. I'm not sure if he's here. Sir, you were arrested for battery by a detainee, I'm sorry, battery on a law enforcement officer and
Judge, I'm here.
without violence. Hi, Mr. Hoffman. Good
Hi,
morning.
Judge. Good morning.
Just announce for the record, please.
Attorney Evan Hoffman on behalf of Mr. Osorto.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any argument regarding probable cause?
Not in the four corners, it's there, Judge. I just have argument as to the bond amount.
What do you want?
Judge, there's a standard bond on the misdemeanor of 500. My client was the victim of a beating. He suffered injuries, and I think this was just a situation where he didn't know what was going on. He was the victim. He had to be taken for medical clearance. I would ask for $1,000 total bond for both cases,
What?
500 each.
Huh? What do you want?
$500 per count.
I'm not doing it that way. We slapped the officer. Count one, battery on a law enforcement officer will be $1,500. Count two, the resisting officer without violence. What do you want me to set that? You want 500 on that?
Well, in that case, I'll ask for 250, Judge.
All right, but I'll do $100 on count two.
I'll take it.
Thank you. Got a good lawyer. Listen to what he tells you.
Good
Thank
to
you.
see you, Judge. Take care.
Next, Fernando Garcia, page 5.
Your Honor, he has a related traffic. He'll be going to jail arraignment next.
Sir, you were arrested for fleeing and eluding a police officer. Do you speak English?
¿Habla inglés, señor?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're fleeing and eluding a police officer, driving with a suspended license, third or subsequent conviction, and resisting an officer without violence. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Not sure if it mentions the driving issue.
Judge, I don't see anything regarding the third suspension.
1 minute. I don't see anything. You want $1 on that? I don't see anything about him.
Yeah, correct, Your Honor.
You want $1? Let me see. Count one, there's probable cause for fleeing and eluding a police officer. That bond is $2,500. I don't,
Judge, if we could just have no PC release outright on that charge on the DWLS.
reset it. Do you want state? Do you want to pull up his traffic printout or what?
I can pull up this traffic printout right now.
Okay.
All right, it's printing. He has 3 suspensions, 2007, 2010, 2016 DWLSs. So yes, he has 3 prior DWLSs within the last 15 years. But the
Okay.
last one was in 2016.
He told me he's looking at his traffic printout. I'll do $1,000 count two, and count three, resisting without is $500. Have a good day, sir. No driving unless you have a valid driver's license. It's a no drive order.
Total 4,000, okay? 10% 400, okay?
So while she's between contestants, again, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Courtroom Files Live. It is Friday, so happy Friday to you. Judging from the data, there's probably a lot of new faces out there this morning. Please feel free to say hello in the chat, and welcome to our little community here. And let's go back to Judge Glazer.
Pursuing the.
Good morning, Mr. Zuniga. You were arrested for 2 cases, and you speak English, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It's driving with a suspended license, third or subsequent conviction, uttering a forged check, and petty theft. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause for the charges. Is he eligible for pretrial?
Yes.
Pretrial services, alternate bond, F-25-12785. It's $2,500, count 1. And $500, count 2. And then the other case, F-25-12783, driving with a suspended license. Let's see.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What, you were addressing 785 first?
I did 785, pretrial 2,500, count 1, 500, count 2. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, count 2.
Judge, I would be arguing that there's no probable cause for petty theft.
Okay. Tell me why you say that.
Judge, there's no actual indication that that anything was cashed, that anything was sent. There's no stolen items.
He attempted, and that's enough for theft.
I'm not going to
Because he made the attempt, that's the theft.
So you get in pretrial, you're winning in that respect, but I'm not going to be bad and not give him pretrial because you're arguing me something that's in the 4 corners of the document. The defendant provided a fraudulent check in the amount of $675 belonging to the victim, and he gave his license as proof of identification.
Judge,
Yeah,
I see.
Of the check, advised the defendant was later contacted to return the funds, at which time he laughed and stated, "I got you good." So he cashed a check of $675 of money that didn't belong to him. That is a theft. It's over $150 and less than $750, so it's a first-degree misdemeanor. Do you have any other argument? Maybe I'm misunderstanding something.
Well, Judge, it says that the check was provided. It doesn't say that it was actually cashed, is my
Okay.
argument.
There's probable cause. Next, I'm still going to give him pretrial. Keep making these arguments, and I'm going to stop being so nice to your clients, okay? Make a good argument, not a bad one. And when you're winning on a case, you're going to get him out for free, or you want him to post the bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The other case, F-25-12783. I'm trying to find the probable cause for that.
This one, they do mention the other citations in the last large paragraph.
Okay, there's probable cause. Pretrial services, alternate bond, $2,500. No drive order, sir. Have a nice day. Next is Philip Rose, page 5. There's probable cause. Sir, you were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. He's eligible for pretrial. He has an open petty theft. He's home. He has an open petty theft. It's no future date. I'll give him a
Yes,
chance.
he's going to jail arraignment next.
TAP alternate bond, $1,000, count 1, 500, count 2. I need a date for him to come back, please. What? Let's see, gotta check. So you have to come back to court for your arraignment on July 21st at 9 a.m. Courtroom 27. Have a nice day, sir.
Your next court date, okay?
Next is Bernard Smith on page 6. He's out on bond, out on probation, hold for F-25-1884.
He has a walker, Your Honor. He's coming.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He's here, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. You were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Let me see if you can do what this other.
Yeah.
Lodi Jean, I texted her, didn't get a response. There's probable cause for the charges. $1,000 count one.
Yeah, but anyway.
Have a nice, 1,000 count one and 500 count two. Have a nice day.
You're good to go, sir. You're gonna see the judge on Monday regarding the other case, okay?
Next is Julio Hernandez Melendez, page 6. Good morning, sir. You were arrested for possession
Judge,
of.
sorry, we need Spanish.
Thank you, sir. You were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Señor fue arrestado por posesión de cocaína, parafernalia para el consumo de droga, al asigno al abogado oficio.
So there is probable cause for the charges.
Motivo fundado para los cargos.
Judge, I do think that there's an argument as far as constructive possession.
Está hablando de lo que es la posesión en sí, argumentando su abogada.
Okay, if he's in constructive possession of it, isn't there, that would be grounds for probable cause?
No, I'm saying that the drugs were found in the center console. There were 2 individuals in the car.
Está diciendo que lo encontraron en la consola del centro y habían 2 individuos en el carro.
Therefore, he's in constructive possession of the drugs and there's probable cause.
Por eso es que se encuentra en posesión y hay motivo fundado.
Pretrial services alternate bond.
Programa
First count 1, 500 count 2.
1000 el primero, 500 segundo.
Have a nice day.
Sorry,
Buen
Your
día, señor.
count one was what?
$1,000 count 1, it was residue, cocaine residue. Count 2 is a pipe, it's probable cause, 500.
Residuo por el primero cocaína y el otro era una pipa. El primero 1000, el segundo 500.
1500. All
Next.
pretrial services.
Etsy,
Dele su dirección. Tiene que
Yo pagué
irse.
300 ayer de fianza.
Okay. Deberían dejarte salir entonces.
Good morning, sir. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
English?
Spanish.
¿Habla inglés, señor?
We need
Spanish,
Spanish.
better for me.
Fue arrestado por posesión de cocaína, le asigno en la oficina del abogado de oficio.
There is probable cause for the charge.
Motivo fundado para el cargo.
Bond, how long have you lived in Miami?
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva viviendo en Miami, señor?
Un año, tal vez.
Maybe a year.
Tap alternate bond,
TAP, confianza alterna.
$500. Make sure to keep all future court dates. Have a nice day.
Asegúrese que tenga todo.
I'm sorry, Judge, was that 2,500 or 500?
$2,500. Tap alternate.
2.500 de fianza alterna al programa TAP.
Si usted tiene una dirección, dale a TAP para que te puedas salir, ¿ok? Ya te terminamos, ¿ok? Do we have Molina first?
Okay, well, Judge Glazer texts and calls her best friends. Again, good morning, everybody. I know there's a lot of new viewers out there this morning, so welcome. Again, feel free to say hello in the chat. Hang around here for a while, and you'll find that this is one of the best communities in LawTube. We've got a lot of good people here, so feel free to interact. Looks like she might be a minute. Let's do this. Let's stay in Florida, but we'll go to Jackson County, and we will check out Judge Wade Mercer. He's doing first appearances.
We have 2 attorneys involved in the first appearance process every day. We have Mr. John McDaniel, Assistant Public Defender, who is in the courtroom, at the jail. So I know that you can see and hear him. In the courtroom, we have our prosecutor, Mr. Mitchell. I want to ask that he introduce himself.
Jake Mitchell on behalf of the state.
Thank you. Audio and video working good with Mr. Mitchell, Corporal?
Yes, sir, it is.
Great. We have friends or family here on Roy Swindell. Mr. McDaniel. We can see him first. Mr. Swindell, good morning. Mr. Swindell, you're here because your mother's in the courtroom, first of all. I want to let you know that. Mr. Swindell, you've been accused of 1 count of violation of terms of your state probation, and you've also been accused of a new offense of battery. Mr. Swindell, I've read the complaint. There is probable cause for the charge of battery. The jail has advised me this morning that since he's on probation, he was given a urinalysis and it was positive for methamphetamine. Mr. Swindell, I'm going to set your bond in the VOP, in the new charge. I'm probably going to hold you in the VOP, but before I make that final decision, I want to see if the attorneys have any additional information that they want to make sure I'm aware of. Then we're going to address your bond status. Mr. McDaniel, anything?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell?
As it relates to the new law, no.
So, Mr. Swindell, what I'm going to do is set your bond on the new charge of $5,000 cash or surety. I'm going to hold you for 10 days because it appears you're on state probation and they filed a violation against you. During that 10 days, I want to ask Mr. Mitchell to make the probation office aware of this arrest, and it's up to them to decide if they're going to seek a warrant. And then if they do, it'll be up to the circuit judge that normally reviews those warrants to decide if she's going to issue a VOP warrant and decide if there is a bond on that warrant. So I'll see you in 10 days and we'll see if they have a warrant or not. So don't try to post the bond yet. And Mr. Mitchell, please make them aware of the urinalysis results. Mr. McDaniel, if you could pass a note on to Mr. Green's office that his mother is in the courtroom and she has saying that he would benefit from inpatient drug treatment. Is that right, ma'am? So I just want her concerns to be noted. So Mr. Swindell, I will see you in 10 days. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Have a good day, sir. Thank you for coming. You have any questions, ma'am?
No, as long as y'all hold him for 10 days, I know where he's at, he's clean.
Now, I've heard parents say, at least I know he'll be safe tonight. So he'll be in the jail and we'll see him. I'll see him in 10 days. The only way I'll see him earlier than that is, let's say that they go ahead and get a warrant 8 days from now. When we get a warrant, we'll go ahead and bring him up and go ahead and get him arraigned. Most of the time when there's a new law violation, most of the time it's a no bond VOP warrant. That's normally what happens. Not always, but normally. But that'll be Judge Garcia's call, and she'll take a close look at the case.
I hope she does. I hope she keeps him. I mean, one way or another, he's got to get help. He's killing himself.
Well, and then he'll get an attorney appointed once the state decides if they get a warrant, the probation office has to file an affidavit. And then once they file an affidavit, I can appoint him a lawyer, and that's the person you can talk to and say, here's what I need. It'll likely be Mr. Green, Mr. Guy Green. But I can't appoint him until the state formally files an affidavit, state probation, that is. Okay?
Do I need to talk to his probation officer?
That certainly, yeah, make it, yeah, definitely call the probation officer, let them know your feelings. It's not going to hurt. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming. We have friends or family here or alleged victim, I believe, in Courtney Howard, Mr. McDaniel. Ms. Howard, good morning. Ms. Howard, you're here for first appearance, ma'am, accused of 2 counts of battery domestic violence, and I believe the alleged victim on one of the counts is present. I've read the complaint. There is probable cause for both charges. Sir, you have the right to be heard if you wish. Do you want to say anything? If you want to say anything, I'm glad to listen, but I got to make sure she can hear you.
Yes, sir.
So if you'll come up here to the microphone so that she can hear you also. And what I'm going to do is place you under oath, and then I'll be glad to listen to anything you want to say. Let me get you to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
And your name, sir?
Philip Ingo.
Okay. And Mr. Ingo, anything that you think I need to know?
She's been doing good. She's changed her life around. She's got a good state job now. You know, she's doing everything she can do. She was drinking. That's her major downfall. And I tried to do everything that I could do. I called her dad, you know, before I had to get the law involved. I have, you know, my job and my kids and everything. And she's really a good person, but she's struggling hard with the alcohol. And she needs help. And she's supposed to be able to, her dad says she's supposed to be able to reach out to life management because this ain't her first time with alcohol problems and everything. And that was her major issue. You know, I got everything packed up for her. Dad helped me pack everything up. I just don't want her to be able to come to the house. You know, we have to sign her car over to her name because it's in my name, but it's all hers. You know, I'm not a bad person. She's not a bad person. She's just, you know, alcohol is a convenient and horrible thing. And she just needs the help that she can get. And I can't risk, you know, my children and my livelihood, you know, for it.
Okay. Are you wanting contact, no contact, at least on a temporary basis? To see this goes, no contact for the time being?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't really know.
I'm going to order no contact unless you tell me you want to have contact, at least on a temporary basis, no contact. You okay with that?
Okay. The only thing I could think we need to have contact about is trying to get her car in her name. You know, that's the only thing, because everything's in her car at my house and it's ready to go, but I'm liable for the car being all in my name. So she needs
Do you
to
want
get
me
it in
to
her name.
allow telephone contact only then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, any questions for this gentleman?
Do you want her coming over to your property?
If she comes over to get her car, if the law can be present, if that's a.
Okay.
Anytime after that?
Right. And I need to be present.
No further questions.
Mr. Mitchell, any questions for the alleged victim in one of the counts?
Big Daniel.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Mitchell, I think Mr. McDaniel, I may have said Mr. Mitchell, I apologize. Mr. McDaniel, your text said that you're requesting a cash bond in this case. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Howard, there is probable cause, as I said, ma'am. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send a set of cash bond of $250 in each count. So you've got a total cash bond of $500. I'm sure that Mr. McDaniel has already explained to you that cash bonds sometimes are beneficial to a defendant, sometimes are more beneficial than a surety bond. You have a condition of no contact with your father at all, victim number one. Victim number two, you can have contact with if you wish with this gentleman here by telephone only. So that will help y'all facilitate. You can go back to that residence only with law enforcement and advance notice to him. So if you got belongings there, that's fine. You can contact law enforcement and they will call him for you and go over there and get your belongings. And if you and he want to have contact next week, week after that, I will consider it. Same thing is true for your father. I will consider it. I'm not promising it. I'm just saying if everyone wants to have contact, we'll cross that bridge at a later date. At least this will hopefully give you a chance to get out of jail and get back to work. You do have a condition of absolutely no alcohol. You cannot possess nor consume alcohol. And the reason is the complaint says that alcohol appears to have been a contributing factor to these charges. Ms. Howard, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Sir, do you have any questions?
No, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, wish you the best. Ms. Howard, you'll get to use the phone in just a few minutes, ma'am, okay?
Did you address the issue about her staying away from the property?
I said no contact with him. I said she could only go over to the property with law enforcement.
Okay, all right. Writing it down. Sorry about that.
We've got Twina Johnson, and I've got her name spelled a couple different ways. Miss Johnson, come on up. Let's see if we can. Miss Johnson, I think it's Twena. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, yeah. Corporal, the jail list has got a couple of those letters transposed. So we got Twina Johnson and Xavier McKinney. You're each charged with violating the terms of your state probation. I'm going to see you at the same time because your case is identical for our purposes this morning. In each of your cases, the circuit judge assigned a no bond warrant. In each of your cases, I want to go ahead and arraign you because I want to get your lawyer appointed if you're asking for one on the VOP case. Ms. Johnson, would you like to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McKinney, same question.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office of the 14th Circuit to represent both of you. Listen to Mr. McDaniel. He's going to give you a court date, and then I'll see if either of you have any questions.
Your Honor, we've been here to plead not guilty. Yes, set this on the July 10th court docket, and I advise them both. Mr. Green, come by, talk to them prior to that hearing.
No questions here, sir.
All right, man. Wish you the best, Ms. Johnson. Mr. McDaniel, Mr. Mitchell, anything? Mr. McKinney, do you have any questions?
It's just a VOP. There's no, because yesterday the Jackson County Sheriff said.
If there's new charges coming, you'll find out about them. I don't know when. It ain't.
When the Jackson County.
Yeah, but Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, sir. I wish you the best.
Let's go back down to Miami-Dade. Judge Glazer appears to have finished making her dinner plans or whatever she was doing on her phone. So let's continue there.
$2,500 bond. $250 is the 10%, okay?
Next
Good
up,
to go.
is Jeffrey Muncie.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Muncie. You were arrested for possession with intent to sell Percocet or oxycodone, psilocybin mushrooms, THC gummies, MDMA, marijuana. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So it's a traffic stop, and in the car they find THC candy, 9 oxycodone Percocet pills, marijuana, mushrooms, all right. MDMA. All right, so there's probable cause for the charges. Count 1, I don't think, count 1, possession with intent to sell. There's no independent sale activity, but based on the quantity.
Judge.
He doesn't have any priors. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, let me see. Does he have the wrong paper? No, he does. Prior arrest. I'll still give him the benefit of the doubt. Count 1, probable cause for possession. Possession of the 8 bags of MDMA. Looks like so. State, let me hear from you. Should I give him the benefit of the doubt? I don't know.
Yeah, no, this looks like simple possession to me as well. I'm
Okay,
fine
count
with giving him that benefit.
Controlled substance. I'm setting a bond though. It's a lot of drugs. $2,500. Count 2, maybe count 2, possession of the psilocybin mushrooms. $1,000. Count 3, there's probable cause for possession of the THC gummies. $1. Count 4, there's probable cause for possession of the MDMA. Oh, count 1 was the Percocets. Count 2 is the MDMA. He had 8 grams. I mean, all right, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That's $2,500 for count 4. And count 5, possession of cannabis. He had 44 grams of cannabis. I'll give him an ROR. Your total bond is $6,001. You got money to post the bond?
I'll find a way. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I did find PC for possession. Listen, this is your one break today. Let's hope you weren't selling and it really is possession, because if you get arrested again for anything else, you'll be locked up in jail until the trial. I don't see any. He has a probation violation from a withhold. He has no drug convictions that I see. Maybe cannabis possession.
I smoke marijuana, man.
Well, you had some other stuff with you too. I'll give him pre-trial. I'll give you a break. Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just Your Honor, can we pass Mr. Moreland right now? We're grabbing him.
Your Honor, can we please pass Mr. Moreland?
Page Point Trail.
Good morning, good morning.
Mr. Moreland, you were arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer without violence. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause for the charge. I don't know if it's aggravated. He spit.
Just a minute, Your Honor, because I don't believe that this is Mr. Moreland.
No, I'm sorry, Glenroy Trail.
This is Mr.
Glenroy
Trail.
Right? He's charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting with an officer without violence.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's resisting with violence.
Your Honor, it's charged as resisting without violence.
It should be with. It's probable cause for battery on a law enforcement officer. It's a $5,000 bond.
Judge,
I ain't get nobody, miss. I was
Your-
already detained in
Your
the car
Honor,
and
I
handcuffed.
don't see where in the four corners of the arrest affidavit that
Man.
there is an actual battery that says
The
attempted.
spit, the spit is a battery.
The face and mouth of the officer, that is the battery. His spit touched the officer. Have
Sorry,
you
Your
ever
Honor.
done felony bonds before?
I'm trying to find where it says spit, Your Honor.
To
I
go to
don't
the
think
second
I've-
page. The
Man,
defendant purposely sat in the mouth and face of the
No, I don't.
responding officer as he attempted to walk past the defendant.
I understand.
It's a battery. I don't believe it's aggravated. Count 2, it's resisting, well, actually that
I'm already in a hand.
aggressive towards officers while they're trying to detain them. And he tried to bite the officers. That's a resisting with violence, $2,500. Good day, sir.
He has 2 counts, battery and resisting.
5,000 count 1, 2,500 count 2.
Thank you.
Kenneth Van, page 9.
7,500, okay?
So you put that in.
On felony bond F-20.
Sorry, sir, we gotta keep moving.
75.
7,500, yep.
How much is
Go ahead.
that? 10% of that.
750. 750. We have Mr. Van, Your Honor.
Next is Mr. Van. Sir, you were arrested for possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause. He had 2 firearms, 10 bags of cannabis, no license. He's out on felony bond. I'll set your bond at $1,500 and you'll see your judge on Monday. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, and then on Monday, you'll see your regular judge, okay?
Now, Miguel Hernandez, page 9.
Bond out.
Thank you. We got one. Jose Calero?
Bond out.
Thank you. How can he bond out? He's out on probation, no? Is that on the wrong paper? He's on probation, F-19-1-1.
He'll probably come back in the afternoon, but for right now, they have him as a bond out.
No, what do? We pass it?
Let me find out. Yeah, let's just pass it.
Thank you. Rolly Garcia, page 10. Hi, Mr. Garcia. You were arrested for armed possession with intent to sell cannabis and possession of a controlled substance. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Armed possession of cannabis. There's a lot of cannabis on him and some other narcotic, a codeine-based narcotic. I'll find probable cause for the charge. Now, I'll give him pretrial. Listen, I don't know what you're up to. They got you with intent to sell because you had 4.5 pounds of marijuana. I can't give him pretrial. I'm sorry, I'm setting it on. You're 21 and you're doing this? 4,000 in cash of Glock 43. I can't give him pretrial. Count 1, armed possession with intent to sell cannabis. I'll set that at $5,000. Count 2, possession of a controlled substance. I don't know what this bottle, lean, a codeine-based narcotic. I'll set that at 1,000. Good luck to you, sir. Have a good day. Call your bondsman.
Say bond.
It's effectively cough syrup, Judge.
It's not.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
The office is
All right, next case is Philip Jones, page 10. Hey, corrections, do you have Mr. George Pau Figueroa here?
Your Honor, no.
Where is he?
right here. How you doing?
Not you.
No, that's not him.
Where's Pat?
I'm not sure. I gotta find out what's going on with him.
All right. Okay, Mr. Philip Jones, sir, you were arrested for grand theft. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. So the victim the victim parked her vehicle, unlocked the vehicle with the vehicle running. She went inside to get food, and that time it looks like somebody went into her vehicle and then fled in her vehicle. She didn't give anyone permission to drive her vehicle. The victim said there's a Miami-Dade college sticker and a second sticker stating, "Be nice to me, I will be your kid's teacher someday." They have surveillance video that showed Mr. Jones stealing the victim's vehicle. And then they found it in a complex, let's see, where he lives. There's probable cause for the charge. He says he took the car because it was unlocked. There's probable cause for grand theft, a third-degree felony. I'm setting a bond, $2,500. And have a nice day. George Pau Figueroa, he's not here. You don't know where he is. You want me to pass it?
Your Honor, pass him for right now.
Okay, Jose Castro Gayal, page 11.
Judge, we'll need a Spanish speaker or Spanish interpreter.
You were arrested for unlawful possession, I'm sorry, introduction of cocaine into the jail and possession of, it says conspiracy for cocaine, but it should be possession of cocaine. Spanish.
Yes, Your Honor. Usted fue arrestado, usted fue acusado por introducir cocaína a la cárcel o posesión con la intención o confabulación debe ser posesión.
Sir, do you have an address where you live?
¿Tiene dirección donde usted vive, señor?
Sí. No, yo vivo en la calle.
No, I'm homeless.
Tap alternate bond.
TAP, fianza alterna.
Count one will be $1 and count two is $1,000.
Cargo uno $1, cargo dos $1,000.
You have to come to court for your arraignment. What are we up to? The 21st, 7/21? July 21st at 9 a.m. courtroom 28.
Usted tiene que venir para instrucción de cargo en julio 21 a las 9 de la mañana en la sala 28.
Next on page 11 is Wilfredo Villa. My flight losing
We have Mr. Villa.
Hi, Mr. Villa. You were arrested for possession of crystal meth, a controlled substance. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. There's probable cause. Pretrial services, alternate bond, $2,500. Have a nice day, sir. Next is Lazaro Nunez, page 11.
We need Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Sir, good morning. You were arrested for uttering a forged instrument or check. I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Señor, usted fue arrestado por presentar un instrumento, documento falso, un cheque. Le asigno al abogado de oficio.
There is probable cause for the charge.
Motivo fundado para el cargo.
Do you have any priors or anything open?
¿Está pidiendo antecedentes o sea algo abierto a la juez?
No, Judge.
No, juez.
How long have you lived here in Miami?
¿Cuánto tiempo viviendo aquí en Miami?
2 años y 6 meses.
2 years and 6 months.
I'm setting a bond. It's $2,500. I'm not giving pretrial.
Fijando fianza de 2,500. No le doy pre-trial.
Good day, sir. This isn't.
Buen día, señor.
Yeah, I'm not doing a Nebbia for $2,500. No Nebbia.
Sin Nevia, por $2,500 no voy a emitir eso.
Page 12 is Curtis Thornton. Mr. Thornton, good morning. You were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of cannabis. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Will pretrial taken? Pretrial alternate bonds, $2,500 count 1, ROR count 2.
Do you have an address?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll get your address from you, okay? But you should be getting out today, okay?
Next, we have DeAndre Alvarado.
Out on felony bond, F242440A.
Sir, you were arrested for armed robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon, and it is from April 8th of 2025. Can somebody run that and tell me when it came in? F242440A, 2440A. So this is, he's trying to steal the beer. What day was you ready? Wait.
Everyone. Originally arrested on February 3rd, 2024, released on.
Fine, there's a hold for F242440A. So he told him to leave him alone. He said he was armed with a firearm. It looks like it's a strong arm robbery. It doesn't show he had the firearm on him. So it's an implied weapon. Sir, you were ordered to stay away from the Chevron gas station at 12000 Southwest 117th Avenue in Miami, Florida. You're not allowed to go to that location. You must stay away from there, sir. And
Okay.
I'm gonna set a bond. It's $7,500. You have a hold for the division judge. Right, Mr. Good, do you agree? Implied weapon?
That sounds right to me, Judge.
What?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
You agree it's an implied weapon? It's a strong arm?
Yes, Judge. This seems appropriate to me.
All right, that's it. Listen, that's it, sir. I'm sorry, there's a new person here, sorry. Corrections, I'll see you Monday. I gotta go, and Judge Rodriguez is very kind to cover.
Go.
Okay,
Do it.
come on. I just gotta make that.
I was pushing
Hi,
ahead.
Your Honor. Be safe.
Thank you.
Is
Have a good
everything
trip, Your
okay,
Honor.
Judge?
All right, looks like she's stepping out. I've got my eyes on 14 different courtrooms at the moment around the country, including the Lawrence County, Ohio Dungeon Court, where a few minutes ago there was a big crash, a thud, and a moan off camera. So that fits with that court, so we might check them out later. But at the moment, Florida's where it's at. So we're going to go to Bay County and check in on Judge Brantley Clark. By the way, we're just under an hour into this show, and almost 1,000 people have stopped by to visit this morning. So YouTube is definitely recommending us today. Welcome to anybody who's new here. If you are new, stick around for a while. You'll like it here, trust me. We've got a great little community. But all that having been said, let's see what's going on with Bay County here.
Sullivan. No, Your Honor. Yeah, Frank's not even objecting, Your Honor.
Yeah,
I have to comply with any protocols, and get the defendant to sign any documents releasing certain information about him. And that concludes my business, Your Honor. And Miss Debbie and I, we were looking, Miss Debbie, what's that August date?
21st.
Judge, what we'd like to do, Frank, if it's okay, we go to the August 21st date for pretrial.
No objection.
All right, August 21st at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Thank you, Mr. Davis. I need to sign that. Which one do you get?
Mr. Turner, you ready? Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor. First one I've got is Wasana Carter. This is 25-114. Judge, she is keeping very good contact with me, including calling my office yesterday and her bondsman to see if she needed to be here.
Well, very good. If she'll continue that, you can wait.
I told her no. Her life management appointment is on July 18th. They've got her kind of on a standby if there are any openings to get her in sooner, but that's where we are.
Oh, very good. As long as you stay in contact with you, I'm satisfied. You want to set this maybe for the September motion day to see what she's doing?
That
Any
works for
objection?
me.
That's September 19th,
Yes, sir.
September 19th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. Next one I've got is Michael Gottler. This is 22-449. Judge, we're set for a stand your ground. I think I have 1 to 2 witnesses. Mr. Sullivan has 2 witnesses. So if you want to take care of some of your other business,
Yeah, let's just go ahead and take some care of that, and we'll.
No problem.
later on, okay?
we'll be here.
All right, Mr. Graham, Mr. Myers. All right, good morning. Mr. Myers, you're representing yourself, and I've made the determination you're confident to do that. Do you still wish to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what are we set for today?
I think his motion to continue, Judge, as I understand it,
All right.
trial, which is set for July 7th.
Yes.
State's position? State's position?
We'd object, Judge. We've got subpoenas out. We're ready to go to trial.
What's the basis for the motion?
Well, Your Honor, to prepare a better defense, these are complex crimes. The state also just sent a state second supplemental discovery, and they added a category A witness, the medical examiner. And I believe I need to depose the witness before trial.
We designated the medical examiner as an expert. There's been an issue, I think if you're familiar in the trial, some of the defense raising the issue about, so we've just started redesignating all the FDLE and the medical side. He's been disclosed all along, Judge.
And they just added on May 30th, or they filed the second supplemental discovery, May 30th, 2025.
Again, Judge, I believe all that did was just designate him as an expert.
Yeah.
They've had the autopsy report. In fact, I think it was an offer that he declined to see the autopsy photographs at the last court hearing.
Okay.
And he performed the autopsies on both victims also. And also I have a writ of prohibition with the First District Court of Appeals.
I had something this morning, you have to file a fee.
Yes, sir.
They've waived your, they have denied your request to waive the filing fee.
They denied the second filing fee waiver?
I just got one. Let me see. I got it in my email.
The second one should have went in 2 days ago. Or?
I don't know. I just got one this morning. Let me check. Court service order. The court denies a motion to pay filing fee docketed June 18th. So that would have been docketed.
Well, either way, I'll have it paid.
Okay. All right. Well, right now it's not paid, so I'm prepared to try the case on July 7th. I'm gonna deny the motion to continue.
Should I go ahead and file a motion to depose the medical examiner? I have him with me.
How long the medical examiner's been disclosed? I mean, how long?
He hasn't been deposed.
Judge, he's been.
Here's the state's copy.
From
Here's a copy
the initial
court.
We've just redesignated him as an expert judge in light of some of these recent objections. Some of the
Ms. Piazza deposed the toxologist, which is Dr. Coyne, not Dr. Radcliffe. Dr. Radcliffe actually performed the autopsies on both victims, Your Honor.
I'm sure he did. He's the medical examiner. He's been the medical examiner.
Your Honor, Dr. Radcliffe was listed in the original discovery response file January 6, 2023.
That's what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna deny the motion. You've got to July 7th. If you try to depose him by then. But you still have a right to be represented by an attorney. And if I didn't, the public defenders should be backup counsel. If they're not, they will be backup counsel. I think Mr.
And Your Honor, honestly, they just sent me the discovery 5/5/25. I mean, I was represented by Ms. Piazza, but I am pro se, and these are complex crimes. With all due respect, I should be able to have more time to prepare a defense. These also have very limited case law in Florida. There's only been a very few convictions the whole time that the statute's been enacted. And I really believe the state's really just trying to push me into trial because I'm pro se at the moment. So I'm exercising my right to have the double jeopardy issue. Because Ms. Piazza refused to see the double jeopardy issue. I filed a motion, a Nelson hearing to get new counsel. I'm pretty sure I proved that she was ineffective by filing that motion. You granted part of it. You know, you dismissed 2 of the charges that she refused to file a motion on. So therefore she was incompetent.
I've denied that motion. Sir, was anything else we need to put on the record prior to July 7th?
I'd like to have these on the record.
You want to file them?
Yes, I would like to file the motion to oppose. Here's a copy. Here's a copy for court.
Judge, I would just like to, as far as a plea offer, it will be available through next Friday. The state would be willing to, right now he's looking at 2 life sentences. The state would, we talked with Ms. Piazza before she got off the case, we would consider 30 years to 2 counts of manslaughter, and that will be available through next Friday.
I'm available most of next week also. And sir, at any point in time that you request counsel will be reappointed, public defender's office will be reappointed, and just let us know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That'll conclude today's hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Scott.
Mr. Nolan.
Got Chris Scott here on behalf of Kylan Nolan, 24 CF 1043. And Your Honor, we're here on the Nelson
Okay.
motion that was filed by Mr. Nolan.
All right, Mr. Nolan, if you'll raise your right hand.
Always for the testimony you're about to use, truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and sir, what request are you asking for today?
We had came to a conclusion already. Me and him made an agreement over a Zoom meeting prior last week. So we just coming here to ask for a bond hearing.
Okay, so you're withdrawing your motion for a,
Nelson hearing.
okay, all right, so it's been withdrawn.
Your Honor, as far as an update on the case, we have deposition scheduled October 15th. I did file a bond motion that I would request a hearing on that bond motion. And that's where we are.
All right. And I'm prepared to go forward on the bond hearing, Mr. Sullivan. I can call you first witness, Mr. Scott.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll call Mr. Nolan.
I believe he's already been sworn in. So you may inquire.
All right, Mr. Nolan, can you state your name, please?
Colin DeMond Nolan,
Where do you live?
with my baby mother.
Where is that? What's the address?
She was supposed to be currently here, but she's not here. But my previous address was 1305 Transmitter Road.
Okay, so here in Bay County?
Yes.
Do you have any family other than your girlfriend here in Bay County?
I have a son,
Okay. How old's your son?
8 months.
And does he live with your girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
All right. What about work? Prior to being incarcerated, were you working in Bay County?
Oh, no, sir, just cutting grass.
Okay, so you were working under the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you intend to, if the court grants a bond reduction that is sufficient for you to get out, are you going to be employed when you get out?
Yes, sir.
And back cutting grass?
No, I'm trying to go get a trade.
Okay. And is there an amount that your family currently has, or you currently have that you would be able to use to bond out?
Yes, sir. At the moment, 2,000 to 5,000.
Okay. And have you ever failed to appear before the court?
No, sir.
Okay, so no FTAs in the
No,
past?
sir.
Okay, and if the court reduces your bond to a point where you can bond out, are you telling the court here today that you will come back to court?
Yes, sir. Positively.
All right, is there anything else you want the court to consider in this bond motion?
I am trying to help my baby mother with my son because she is having a hard time, and she's doing everything by herself at the moment. And it would be more beneficial for my family if I could be able to be out to help my son, to raise him instead of raising him behind a cell.
Your Honor, I don't have any further testimony. In the motion, the bond that's set is relatively high. The charges are serious charges. However, Mr. Nolan is requesting that the court reduce that bond so that he can not only prepare for and fight these charges from outside of court, but also, as he stated, to take care of his family.
All right. Mr. Sullivan?
It appears that Mr. Nolan was first arrested in case 24-1043 for discharging a firearm from a vehicle and shooting into a building and waived to adult court on March 26, 2024. He was out on bond in that case when he was rearrested on case 25-595 for robbery with a firearm and false imprisonment. Based off of that alone, I think Mr. Nolan should be, quite frankly, held without bond on that previous case. In the 2025 case, there was a grand theft auto count that was not filed on, and I believe that was a $50,000 bond given, so I think that should be ROR. I did not file on that count. But beyond that, the nature of both of these cases and all the offenses that Mr. Nolan's facing are extremely serious, and the bonds that were given at first appearances are appropriate.
All right, can Mr. Nolan briefly respond?
Sure.
I'm basically, my bond is so excessive, I'm basically held without bond. And I previously wasn't out on bond. When I was arrested on March 6, 2025, they came to me with 2 warrants. I wasn't out on bond. The last time I ever been arrested was in 2022, and I was stated to a program. I was a kid, and then when I came out, I was off. I had direct discharge, and I came out. I didn't have no probation, anything. I have been in trouble in Louisiana, but it was a fine that I paid.
when I was out on bond, and I've paid the fine in Louisiana.
And, Your Honor, it does, looking at it, the 24 case looks like it was waived or filed on 24, but it looks like he may not have been arrested on that until he was arrested on the 25 case. So
He was first appeared on those all at the same
I
time.
think, yeah, I think he's correct on
So
that.
what I'm going to do is I am going to, and so he will not be held without bond on those. So those bonds will remain the same. I'll remove the $50,000 for the grand theft of an auto. I will on the robbery with a firearm, I'm gonna leave it at 500,000. On the false imprisonment, I'm gonna lower it to 100,000. I'm removing the 50,000. And I'll leave the 25,000 on the firing a weapon from a discharge from a firearm and firing into a building. So that would be, pardon? 650. That's the best I can do today. And when do you have deposition set in October?
October 15th, Your
All
Honor.
right, so we'll set this for our October 23rd pretrial.
Thank you, Judge. And that concludes my business.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Henson?
Let's go back to Miami-Dade. Judge Rodriguez is now sitting in for Judge Glazier. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with this judge, so let's see what he's all about.
Second case ending on 12759. You have one count of burglary of an occupied dwelling.
Y también el otro cargo que termina 12759 tiene allanamiento de una morada habitada.
Any PCR? Sorry, good. He does 5-8? Wait, hold on. I think I missed another one. Did I miss it?
Momento, creo que tiene otro 58. Momento.
Sorry, here's another one. So he's got a third case ending in 12758. Also battery, aggravated battery on law enforcement officer.
También tiene otro cargo que termina 1758 de agresión con abrogante a un oficial de la ley.
Any PC argument, public defender?
¿Algún argumento de motivo fundado, abogado de oficio?
Yes, Judge, as far as the burglary of an occupied dwelling, it says that that he was found in the backyard. I would argue that that's not within the dwelling or within the curtilage of the dwelling.
Muy bien, en lo que es el allanamiento morada habitada, pues la encontraron en el patio y uno fallo diría que eso no es dentro de lo que es la morada.
Yeah, let me read this one more time. Give me a second.
Momento, déjeme leerlo una vez más.
To save some time on that, I would agree that that particular burglary was just a count of trespass. There was no other crime committed within it.
Right, so he's fleeing from the office.
Muy bien, el fiscal dice que está de acuerdo que en ese cargo nada más de que sea que traspasó sin permiso.
So be one count of trespass, which would be what, misdemeanor first degree? I forgot. Is that misdemeanor first degree?
I think it would be the second degree trespass.
Pasar sin permiso cree el fiscal que es un delito menor de segundo grado.
All right, so for case 12759, count 150. Yes, public defender, anything else on the other cases?
Sorry, what was the bond for that one, Your Honor?
150, so one ending 12759.
And then the only, sorry.
159, 150.
Oh, I see it. Sorry.
el
The only
1759.
other issue is that the grand theft, I don't believe should be a first degree. I believe that's a third degree grand theft of a vehicle.
Yo creo que el vehículo de robo mayor cuantía debe ser tercer grado, no de primer grado.
Again, I would agree with that. That should be the grand theft third degree.
Okay, so
También el fiscal está de acuerdo.
say what he asking for the bonds and the other ones.
¿Qué pide por fianza en los otros, fiscalía?
For the grand theft vehicle, the fleeing, 2,500 each. For the felony DWLS, 1,000. And for the Bat Leos, 2,500 each.
And just, sorry.
Muy bien. May the interpreter try to interpret all of this? Thank you. Está pidiendo el fiscal por el cargo de robo 2,500 por allanamiento, el de los dos policías, lo que es la agresión al policía 2,500. Tiene 150 en el otro cargo que lo bajaron a lo que era pasar sin permiso.
Okay, go ahead, public defender. Saying something.
sorry, I'm looking at the aggravated batteries.
And just
La
for the
abogada suya está mirando lo que es la agresión con agravante.
The bond I asked on those ones was specifically for F3, Bat Leo, because I don't believe those were aggravated battery based on prior experience.
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine.
Muy bien, eso, la fianza que el fiscal pidió fue por agresión a un oficial de la paz, no con agravante.
Looks like we have all the bond amounts for that. I'm also doing a stay away order for an address of 3051 Northwest 77th Street, Miami, Florida.
También orden de alejamiento de la dirección de 3051 Northwest 77 Calle en Miami, Florida.
And sir, you're supposed to stay away from that location at all times.
Señora, está supuesto mantenerse alejado de ese sitio todo el tiempo.
Thank you, sir. Free to go.
Gracias, señor. Puede pasar ya.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was the bonds for 12758?
Hold on. 1 second.
El juez está clarificando con los carceleros.
1,500 each count, 1 and 2.
What was that amount, Your Honor?
1,500 counts 1 and 2.
Para aclarar, en el caso 12758, que tenía 2 cargos, son 1,500 en cada cargo de fianza.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next one, Marcos Alejandro Oliveira.
Your Honor, you did 12757?
I did all of it. Do you want me to go over again? I covered all of it already. Do you want me to go over again or no?
Just for that one, because I just missed the bonds, but also, Your Honor.
Hold on, let's go back because I go quick. You gotta stay on top of it. Give me a second. Let me go to 12757, count 1 2,500, count 2 1,000, count 3 2,500. Anything else, corrections?
Thank
Muy
you
bien.
so much, Your Honor.
En el 12757 clarificó que el primero de los cargos 2,500, segundo 1,000 y el tercero 2,500.
Okay, next one. Thank you, sir. You're free to go. Marcos Oliveira.
Did he come up yet? The guy.
Yes, does he need an interpreter?
¿Necesita intérprete el próximo caso?
Yes, he has an immigration hold.
Sí, él tiene un aguante de inmigración también, una retención para inmigración.
Good morning, Mr. Oliveira. I'm going to report the public defender for your case.
Buenos días, señor Rivera. Le asigno al abogado de oficio para su caso.
2 counts for
Good morning.
one is possession of firearm by a convicted felon and possession of drug paraphernalia.
2 cargos, posesión de un arma de fuego por un delincuente condenado y posesión de parafernalia para el consumo.
PD, any PC argument?
¿Algún argumento, abogado de oficio?
No. Oh.
No usted, señor abogado. Perdón.
Aside from,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Your Honor, the two alleged weapons found were kitchen knives. I don't actually know if convicted felons are or are not allowed to have kitchen knives.
Yo no sé, las 2 armas que encontraron fueron cuchillos de cocina. No estoy segura si personas condenadas están permitidas de poseer ese tipo de cuchillo o no.
I mean, it's a factual determination. I mean, obviously knives could be considered.
Es una determinación de hecho, obviamente.
What are you asking for in terms of bond?
¿Qué pide fiscalía en lo que es la fianza?
Judge just asked for a reduced bond of 2,500 since it's not firearm, ammunition, anything of those kind of natures that.
No, that's why I'm asking the state to see what they
Le
want.
está pidiendo la fiscalía, no al.
Given his other hold, I'm okay with 2,500 for count 1 and like 150 for count 2.
Está bien, como tiene el aguante, está bien con que le dé a 2,500 en el cargo 1 y 150 en el 2.
All right, so we'll do that. He's got the ice hold.
Está bien porque tiene el aguante de inmigración, la retención de inmigración.
He's free to go. Thank you.
Ya terminó por hoy, señor.
Next case is Miss Saed Siviero Mesa. Okay, let's move on.
Vamos a proceder.
Misael, Xavier Mesa, designated interpreter.
¿Necesita intérprete, señor Mesa? Misael.
I don't see him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, he does.
Sí, lo necesita. Muy bien.
Public defender for this hearing, sir. You've been charged with 1 count possession of a controlled substance. PD, any PC argument?
Muy bien, le asigno al abogado de oficio, señor. Usted lo acusan de un cargo de posesión de sustancia controlada. Le pregunto a su abogada si tiene algún argumento por motivo fundado.
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
2,500.
2.500 de fianza pide la fiscalía.
2,500 fine PC.
Judge, can I ask for pretrial services or TAP alternate?
Está pidiendo su abogada si le da la alternativa del programa previo servicio a juicio o el programa de TAP.
Any objection?
Nope, no objection.
Sin objeción de la fiscalía.
He's got to pick one, TAP or pretrial services. I would say.
Pretrial services, Your Honor.
Muy bien, escoja uno. Bueno, pretrial
hold on.
services.
Wait a second. Yeah. How long has it been what? Public defender, how long has it been local? How long has it been living here?
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva aquí viviendo el señor? I cannot hear.
13.
13
What?
what?
13 years, excuse me.
13 years.
13 años.
Pretrial services, alternate bond 2,500.
El programa pretrial services con fianza alterna 2.500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias, su señoría.
Okay, can we take a small little break? Is that an arrest warrant for me? Okay, counsel, I think I'll be done like in half an hour. No, hold on, I'm not gonna do it now. I think I'll be done in about half an hour. Let me turn off the mic. I think about half an hour.
Oh.
Okay, let's try something new because that's what we do here at the Courtroom Files. We're going to go to Colorado, and this is a bond hearing court taking place in the 17th District. So let's see what this is all about.
I'm issuing a mandatory protection order for Maya Baca. You are to have absolutely no contact, no communication of any kind with Ms. Baca. First name M-I-A-H, Baca, common spelling, date of birth 9/27/2006. This protection order is governed under Brady. Boxes 1 through 7, 8A and 8B are all checked. In addition to having no contact or communication of any kind, you are prohibited from possessing, purchasing, or controlling any firearms, weapons, or ammunition. The jail is going to give you an affidavit to fill out. Make sure that you have accurately indicated exactly how you will comply with that prohibition against weapons and firearms. I need it for my court file. Alcohol and controlled substances will be prohibited. I want you sober and exercising self-control and good judgment at all times. I have authorized a civil assist so that you may collect any belongings that you need from the residents, but only under the supervision of law enforcement. You will need to make those arrangements. These conditions are all a condition of that protection order, or excuse me, a condition of your bond, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David? Now, I see that we have an Arabic interpreter on the line, but I do not have any cases marked as needing an Arabic interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is the
Sir
Arabic
Jones?
interpreter. I'm here for case number, let me just pull it up here. Let's see here. It's gonna be, sorry. Thank you. I'm here for Mr. El Bukhari.
Yes, same.
Yeah. Mohammed El Bukhari, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't have an Al-Bukhari on the docket. Do you have a case number for me?
I don't, Your Honor. The only thing I have is just a name.
Well, let's call upon the jail.
Yeah.
Could you, kind folks at the jail, clarify whether you have a Mohammed al-Bukhari for today's detentions?
No. Oh,
No, Your Honor, we don't.
All right, and let me ask our interpreter, when did you receive notice of that court today?
Last night, Your Honor, last night.
I'm assuming then that that person has bonded.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay, so
All right.
good news for Mr. Al-Bukhari is he's no longer in custody. And hopefully when we need you, we'll be probably needing those services next week when he comes back to
Absolutely, Honor.
court.
My pleasure to
Okay.
do that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Well, Deputy, do you have any special requests? It looks like you do.
No special requests other than it sounds like Jessica Palmer is an AKA for Jessica Flores, who you already spoke to this morning.
Oh, interesting. All right. Do you want to call her now or do you want to wait until this afternoon? It's just a courtesy advisement.
I guess she actually refused, so we probably won't need to do this morning or this afternoon.
Then we will mark it as such. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, now the remaining cases that I have, I believe I'll require a bond argument. And, oh, Ms.
Hi.
Rosen is there. Ms. Rosen, it's a busy, busy morning. How would you, and to that degree, I just see Mr. Freeman popped on. Mr. Freeman, good morning. This is probably a good opportunity to let you know, I don't think we're going to be done by 11 today. And if you could round up somebody on those out-of-county bond arguments, that would greatly be appreciated so that we don't lose that very narrow window of opportunity with the out-of-county jails. Okay, Mr. Freeman?
We'll see if somebody is available.
I realize that might be hard on a Friday where everyone wanted a 4-day weekend, but
We
if you
have
could
Ms.
give that-
Cabrera logging on at 11, Judge. So we've got it
Thank
covered.
you. Thank
Yep.
you. Appreciate that, Ms. Rosen. Now, Ms. Rosen, we've got, I think, one interpreter matter that has been identified.
So we don't have internet access here at the jail, so I don't know how we're gonna talk to that person. I can't get online. So I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, we can reschedule that for this afternoon.
That works. What if we put them on and I'll be on the 1 o'clock hearings? So maybe we can just bump her to 1. We also can't,
You mean 3?
yeah, sorry.
Okay, no, I thought maybe I was off there.
Nope, no. And she also can't, she needs to be by herself anyway.
Well,
So I can tell her that in broken Spanish. Or we can call her up and have the interpreter tell her.
and is the
other
so the Zoom isn't working either. I mean, if the internet's out, Zoom is also out.
So
Barbara just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. So American Smoker, Satuus, Ryan, Jude, and Brian, you are all now channel members. Go to the membership tab at the Courtroom Files YouTube page to see all of your benefits. You get a discount in the store. You get access to the pre-show and a bunch of other things, so be sure to check that out. And please do thank Barbara in the chat for gifting those memberships. Thank you so much, Barbara. As always, I appreciate you a lot.
They're gonna try to find me a Wi-Fi password. So if we could hold
Okay.
off on the Spanish speakers for a
I'll
second.
just put it aside. So I'm scanning the boxes. I don't see a Spanish interpreter as of yet anyway.
There is one.
Oh, we do have one. All right. Then, sir, thank you. Let me have you just make a general announcement to the rest of the room. And I will, if there's nobody else that needs a Spanish interpreter, I will let you go.
Thank you, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más que esté en detención que requiera los servicios del intérprete del idioma español?
We have one other person. ¿Cómo te llamas? Mendoza?
Has Mr. Mendoza been talked to?
No. So we,
I
yeah,
don't
we
have a
don't, yeah.
Mendoza.
Mendoza Castillo, Robinson David is his first name. Yeah. He's the first CPAC. We have a.
Oh, yes, yes, okay. Well, Ms. Rosen,
Okay, we tried them out for the first time. They're an interesting court, but a little bit disorganized for my taste, at least at the moment. Let's go back to Florida and Judge Brantley Clark.
Your Honor, we've had 2 attempts at depositions. All we're asking for is to have an opportunity to depose Ms. Schwab.
Ms. Schwab, you've served twice. It looks like one time you were excused, another time you didn't show up on the May 15th.
Yes, sir.
People making it rain today. Ashley, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Paralaw Queen 13, Mass Free Press the Second, Perpetual Success, Magic Candle 0302, and Larry Bailey. You are now all channel members. Please do thank Ashley in the chat for that. That was very kind of her. Again, if you go to the membership tab at the Courtroom Files YouTube page, you will see everything that you now have access to. It's discounts at the Courtroom Files store. It's access to the pre-show and a bunch of other things. So again, this is why I said, and I've said it a couple of times this stream, this is the best audience, the best community in LawTube. You guys are the best. I stand by that, and I'm not just saying it because this is the channel I run. This is a good set of people. So thank you so much, and welcome to all the new channel members.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. This was a direct file by the state. Is that correct? I don't see a probable cause affidavit. I don't understand. Okay.
I am sorry. I misunderstood when they emailed this to me, but we've had this multiple times where they've continued it. So I
Okay.
did make a mistake.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in abeyance. And I'm going to hold the order to show cause in abeyance. I'm going to allow them to set another deposition.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
When you get the subpoena, or if you get when you get the time to go, and it'll be at the state attorney's office. You have to go to the state attorney's office.
Yes, sir, I will.
You need to go to be deposed. What I'm going to do is I'll set this for our, I'll continue the motion until September 19th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
To allow Mr. Henson and Mr. White to coordinate the deposition. If y'all have another one coordinated at this time?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Do you have another date coordinated at this time?
We do have another
What date
court.
is that?
I can look it up, sir.
Okay. Let's see, I don't think, let's see if there's a notice. I don't think there's a notice in the file. Oh, there is. Hold on.
I was looking at
That
this.
back.
court
It's
date.
at June 27th at 2 o'clock. So it's next week.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this hearing until August Was it 22nd, Madam Clerk, my motion day?
Yes.
August 22nd at 9 o'clock.
Okay, September 22nd, I do have surgery, so
No, this is June, June
Perfect.
27th
I
at
can
2
be there.
o'clock, and it'll be at the State Attorney's Office, I'm assuming. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
yes, sir.
that'll be the deposition. All
Yes, sir,
right?
I will be there, June
Okay.
27th. Thank you.
All right. That'll conclude today's hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good day. Yes, we can. Who do we have on video?
Mr. Hanson? Is this Ms. Smith?
Who? Roy Krigelta. This is Ms. Beasley's case. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take the individual at the jail, then I'll call you, Mr. Peters.
Your Honor, on video, we have Roy Krigelka, and he's there in case 243944.
Ashley never stops, never stopping sends another gift membership. Thank you so much. Angela, you are now a member at the Courtroom Files. Again, go to the membership tab at the Courtroom Files YouTube page and you'll see everything that you get. Barbara sends a gift membership that goes to Big Team's Farm Life. I have a feeling you two are trying to get a membership in a certain somebody's hand and it's just not working out. But you guys are great. Thank you so much.
There you go.
All right, sir, can you hear us now?
I can hear a little bit.
Okay. Ms. Beasley, we're here today on a competency hearing, is that correct?
That is, Your Honor, and Dr. DeRico filed a report on May the 30th, 2025, deeming that Mr. Krigelka is competent. I have no objection to relying on that report, Your Honor.
Mr. White?
No objection.
I'm going to accept Dr. DeRico's report. I'm going to find that Mr. Krigelka is competent to proceed at this time.
And Your Honor, I've just passed forward an order for you to sign.
Okay.
We just need a next court date, probably in August. I have a motion to look at filing in Mr. Krigelka's case.
August 21st at 9 o'clock. And then if there's a motion filed, we'll move it to a motion hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that'll conclude the hearing. Mr. Peters?
Ashley, thank you again. Swing and a miss from, I think, what you were hoping for, but thank you so much. And Cut and Shoot, you are now a channel member. Please do. Everybody who's picked up a membership today, take a moment to thank the people in the chat. They're spending a lot of money on this community today, so I appreciate it. On behalf of all of you who are new members, thank you to those who keep trying. So we have a choice to make, dear channel members. We can, we've got about 25-30 minutes left to go. We can keep bouncing around from court to court like we're doing, or in about 10 minutes or so, I can switch us here, which, if you recall from last Friday's live show, is the Lawrence County, Ohio Dungeon Court. The audio is horrible. The production values are questionable. But it's a laugh and a riot, and you just don't know what you're going to get, and there are spirits lurking in the background. So if you want me to consider to finish out the day in the dungeon court, put a 1 in the chat. We'll see how many 1s we accumulate, and that will help me decide if that's where we should go. In the meantime, let's stick in Florida.
Okay. Try to cooperate with investigators out of the Second Circuit to try and find the 2 individuals. However, we've thus far been unsuccessful.
Yeah, this is a interference with custody of a 16-year-old boy. It's from the probable cause affidavit. I don't know that you can. What do you want me to do? I mean, according to Investigator Wesley, one of the addresses they went to in Gulf County was the defendant's address looking for the victim. So, I mean, the probable cause affidavit is whoever the defendant is wrote off with a 16-year-old child in the car. I don't, and that's all it says. I don't need, of course, y'all privy to more than I am, but Mr. Peters, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I would ask for the case to be dismissed, but that's probably at this point the state's discretion. Your order says, should you fail to appear, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. Or in the alternative, any statements or testimony or evidence related to you will be excluded. So I guess you could make that ruling.
Any objection to excluding the testimony?
No objection, Your Honor.
From the two witnesses? She's a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she's talking to Dirk Klein. Ma'am, just going to have a seat. Mr. Any objection to me excluding the testimony of the two witnesses?
I don't think there's a legitimate basis for it to object to it, Your Honor.
Motion or attend this motion to exclude their testimony is granted. No, I guess the order to show cause, they didn't show up. The state attorney's office has made a effort and based on that letter, as I also used the Second Circuit's investigator. So I think the state attorney's office has done everything they could to command the attendance of the witnesses to the deposition. So I'm going to exclude their testimony. Is there another motion?
Your Honor, move to dismiss, Your Honor.
State's position.
Well taken.
Motion granted. All right, Ms. Lowry is released whatever bonds that are holding her at this time, and case is dismissed.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay. This has been a day. So Barbara and Ashley, just to put this in perspective for all of you out there, they have gifted 20 memberships between them today. They've spent a lot of money. So on behalf of all the new members, Barbara and Ashley, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Glenn Watson, who lingers on the channel, we've had back and forth in the chat. You are now a channel member. Marmaduke 5695, Bartos, Zui, Abusive Milk, Sononi, who else? I'm losing track. It's moving too fast. Billy, now up to 21. I'm just going to say it. I'm just some guy on the internet, and so many of you show up every day to spend time with me, and your generosity is amazing. Ashley, Michael, Bailey, Kaz, you guys, the four of you especially, are constantly being so helpful. Kaz, you helped on that pre-show the one day. Others, you're messaging me saying, how can I help you? What can I do? I want to support this channel. I just started this thing 8 months ago, and I never expected this. And it is amazing, and I am blessed. Those of you who follow the channel know I'm a person of faith, and I'm thankful to God that He gave me this opportunity, if for nothing else than to be able to interact with all of you. So thank you so much. And Ashley, once again, swing and a miss for who I think you're trying to get to. But James Phipps, you are now a channel member. All the new channel members, please do go to the Courtroom Files YouTube page click on the member tab and you can see everything that you have access to now. A lot of good stuff. Again, if you're a new channel member, please take a moment to thank people in the chat for gifting these memberships. 22 of them have been gifted just today. And it's been a big day for the channel. Even beyond that, we have had the traffic through here is about 5 times what it normally is. So YouTube's been serving us up to everybody as well, and it's just so appreciated. All right, the vote was for the dungeon court. So let's go to the dungeon court.
We set this over from yesterday.
Right after I unfreeze the dungeon court. Dungeon court was frozen. Let's thaw it out. There we go. Here we go.
Case number TRC 25360 A, B, and C, and TRD 25704.
Mr. Smith's case, and Mr. Morford's on another case. 25704, Mr. Morford's on, 25360, Mr. Smith is on.
TRD case that Mr. Morford has. Allegedly you're driving after you got this OBI. Lewis, Ian Lewis, you have him on the suspended license charge. Who do I have? Ian Lewis. Me. Oh, okay. It's on the suspended license. I got the OBI.
Should we, do we need 2 attorneys on this, or?
I'd be glad to defer to Mr. Smith, Your Honor.
Judge, I represented initially on the OBI. There's an allegation he was driving while he was suspended, and Mr. Morford. I don't mind taking on Mr. Morford, however you want to do it. I think one is better.
I think it makes more sense for Mr. Smith to do this since he had the OBI. That's what probably resulted in the suspension.
That's the allegation.
I'm assuming what happened, he came in for an arraignment, you weren't here, and Mr. Morford got his now. So
likely, Judge, that is what happened.
I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith to handle both.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, the suspension, Your Honor, his license was suspended already on the day he got the OVI. However, he did drive while the OVI was pending, and let's see, it was a refusal, so his license was suspended because of that as well. What we would like to do is resolve everything today, and if he were to plead guilty to the OVI and the suspended license, we would not recommend the imposition of any jail time at this time, but we would ask for some extra community service and for him to do the VIP program and a fine that is appropriate for his circumstances.
I'm suspended from South Point for unpaid fines. I got the paperwork.
You're also for refusal by the B&B. It's a 1-year suspension.
Bailey, thank you for donating 5 memberships. Lisa, TTU Gator, Billy, Spencer, Peg, you are all now channel members. Again, guys, if you are now a channel member and you're listening to this, you should thank these people in the chat. That's 28 memberships that have been gifted today, and it's just amazing.
You want to say?
No, it ain't gonna help, so it doesn't matter.
You still have that right, whether it helps or not.
I appreciate it.
Statement. Okay, on the, you've had some priors, but they were back some time ago, so it is considered a first offense at this point. But there was a refusal to take tests, and my standard policy on that, when you refuse to take tests, I give you $1,000 fine. So that's going to be $1,000. Or you pay the court costs. There'll be a 6-month license suspension, and it was started the date of the incident, which is February 24th. 20 days in jail, all suspended. 30 hours community service, 2 years of level 4 probation, Has to go to the driver intervention program, 3-day program, that's mandatory.
I live in Ashland, Kentucky, so how's that? I don't have no license, no car now, so how am I gonna get here to do community service?
Bicycle, walk, have somebody bring you.
There's no way you can do community service in Ashland and have them transfer the papers? I was told by someone who works in the office back there that you can do that.
You can discuss it with me, Your Honor.
You can talk to Mr. Cooper, he's in charge of community service.
Right.
I'll set his review hearing for December the 19th of this year at 9 a.m. That's when you gotta show up and show what you've been doing.
Right.
Get this stuff done. If you finish it all, you don't have to show up.
Right.
It's just a check on your progress. He also, he had a driving under suspension with the OVI. So on that, I'll impose a $200 fine and 12 hours of community service and 5 days in jail suspended.
Level 4, what's that mean?
Set for the same review date and 2 years of level 4 probation on December 19th. So review. And then, okay. $25,704, which was the last driving under suspension, that was after he got the OVI. The officer says he warned you for speeding.
Taking my fiance to the hospital. We had a rental at the time.
Well, he didn't say anything about that.
Of course he don't.
I'll impose a $250 fine on that. Order you to pay the court costs, 10 days in jail, suspended. Another 30 hours of community service. So you got 72 hours of community service total to do. Same review hearing date, December the 19th. 9 o'clock. See Mr. Major in the probation office. He's in probation.
Thank you.
Left when you leave. Take care.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm getting kind of emotional here. Again, I'm just some dude on the internet, and you guys are throwing money around like it's water. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Joe Hughes, Risey, J Rug, Chrissy, Maddie, Roseanne Robinson, Diane, Distraught Potato, Beautiful Mess, Mag Flyer. You guys are all now channel members. 38 donated memberships today. I don't know what to say. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Also got a case pending in common pleas court.
Well, he must have posted bond. He did post bond with Mr. Sowers.
He did.
Here in West Virginia.
You appeared in Mason County? Did you appear in Mason County at Point Pleasant?
No, they don't have any records of it. I was supposed to appear yesterday, but they don't have any records of it.
Did you confirm that? Who'd you talk to?
I heard
The case manager has
He's, and I've not seen the warrant, I was made over by the court. Says his case manager told him there is no reason to go to Mason County. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have no.
Well, let's have the prosecutor, prosecutor's
Yeah.
staff and contact Mason County and see what their position is.
Tried to confirm yesterday, but it was Juneteenth. He could not get a hold of anyone in Mason County. Maybe we could recall it, Judge.
We'll recall it later in the docket.
We'll figure it out.
Jesse Friend, I've got a copy of the warrant in the court's file in Mason County.
In his
Case will
call.
be recalled.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Joshua T. Hamlin, case number CRB 25-147.
Joshua Hamlin in Mr. Smith's case, pre-trial.
And Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Just grab a seat.
Oh, Judge, may I be included in this?
Yes.
I have Crystal, I believe.
What's your
Related
name?
matter.
Now up to 43. Thank you, Ashley, for the 5 you just did. Teresa, Keith, Hanley, Grace, Benny the dog. You're now channel members.
Okay. Put it in the number. I'm sure we just went to talk about it. It's not my call. I don't even do this. Okay. All right, so we're going to pass this for another pretrial. I'll probably not be the judge. I don't know who will be at that point, but we'll let the Supreme Court make that decision. So let's go, I'm thinking at least a month out, and then whoever is assigned can adjust it, but we'll keep it on the docket that way.
I am here July 18th, which is just less than a month.
Mr. Moore.
I believe I'm free then too, Judge. Give me 1 second, please.
Or Monday the 21st, either of those 2 dates.
I'm free both dates, Judge.
Okay, let's go with the 18th, July 18th. Clerk will make the appropriate request to the Supreme Court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Cody K. Nolan, case number CRB 25-250.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, if it please the court, this is a situation in which we needed to confer with Children's Services. It became involved because it's a child endangering charge. And I spoke with the caseworker on the case, who's Jeremy Lee, and he explained that this was a situation that they felt that they had remedied the issue. This gentleman was out, I guess, mowing the grass or something like that. One of his kids got out of the house and strayed away. But he said that it didn't appear to the agency that there were any substance abuse issues or anything like that, or mistreatment of the children. It was just one of those things. So they had him put an alarm of some sort on the door, and he felt that that remedied the situation and that this gentleman was actually a decent person. So we're okay with dismissing the charges today.
Case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Shauna Short, case number CRB 25-82. Shauna Short.
Mr. Smith this case, set for pretrial.
You got a report?
I think we understand.
Supposed to return in approximately a month.
Mr. Ashworth, we're going to call your case next.
Is your grandfather here today?
No, he's elderly.
Okay.
She's just caretaker.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get an updated report and make sure, there's something else from ODP.
Judge, the report I have is dated May 19th. She had an appointment for the 16th of June, but she realized she was in the hospital. I don't, do you have one, is it rescheduled yet?
No, I gotta reschedule it.
Okay. Let's do that and get
I
that.
have a report from ODP May 5th, that's the last one.
I've got May 19th, Judge. It says we'll return approximately a month. She was scheduled, but was in the hospital. Maybe the next time, we're working towards a dismissal and either return the gun to the grandfather or a forfeiture. But hopefully next time with an updated report, it can be resolved.
Okay. What's your availability 1st of July?
Which part's of me, Judge? I am here the 7th or the 11th or the 18th.
Let's do the 11th.
11th.
July 11 will be the next hearing for the pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
We just gotta get it covered. It's not your fault. It's just.
State of Ohio versus Tricia Kessinger Mullins, case number CRB 18318. Tricia Kessinger Mullins.
All right, Mr. Ashworth is the prosecutor on this case. And Mr. Mark, Wilford, you're going to be representing.
I am, Judge. I was contacted less than an hour ago about representing her, and I've agreed to represent her. I, of course, haven't seen the case or anything.
Okay, there's been no communication then with you, Mr. Ashworth.
No, Your Honor.
And, well, Mr. Ashworth, are you wanting to go forward with this case? What's your position on it?
Yes, sir, I'll move forward with the case. I'll have a conversation with Butch. I think there's most likely there's a resolution that can be had quickly.
Okay. What's your availability to reach out? Mr. Ashworth, you know what your schedule is?
It's a little torn, Your Honor, but I can.
We'll work with you. Please give me a date that works for you.
The 18th?
The 18th of July.
Yes, sir, that'll be fine. That's available to the court.
It is July 18th, 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Ashworth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Christopher L. Smith, case number CRA 2580.
Mr. Smith's case, pre-trial.
It is, Your Honor. We have finally got the Indiana situation taken care of. I have a copy of he did appear in Albion, Indiana, regarding the picture, if I may approach.
Yes. Well, is the state satisfied with this?
I haven't even looked at it, Your Honor, I would like to.
Okay. Well, I would feel better if somebody contacted them. I mean, it's signed by somebody, and it really doesn't, it's not a separate document, it's a bench warrant, it just says it's served. I would like to have some confirmation that the warrant's been recalled. So let's recall, let's try to get that done. Confirm that there's no outstanding warrant, and then we can dismiss it here.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Stanley, case number CRB 25225, CRB 25227.
So while we wait for the next contestant, we will go into a few minutes of overtime today. But Ashley gifted another 5 memberships. Bailey gifted another 5. We're up to 53 gifted memberships today. I'm a fairly stoic dude, all in all. But you guys have moved me today. Again, this is the best place in LawTube, and I stand by that. Thank you so much.
Could be tried together?
They could be, Judge. They're same as 2 different victims.
Okay, well, the dates I've got available for second trial, July 3rd, 7th.
I can do the 7th, Judge. The 3rd I'm not available, but the 7th I am available.
All right, July 7th for trial at 12 p.m.
July 7th.
The State of Ohio versus Sharon Meadows, case number CRB 25374. Your Honor, that's 9.
Ma'am, you are Sharon Meadows?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Meadows, domestic violence charge has been filed against you. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Were you here when I explained the rights that defendants have? Do you have any questions about that? The charge against you is that at Rome Township on June 19, 2025, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Marcus Fox, and that Marcus is either a member of your family or lives in your household. Maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Okay, so apparently there's charges against him also. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
You have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at Food Fair in Parkville.
Are you paid by the hour? How much per hour?
$10.50, $10.75, I think.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. She has posted a bond. Okay. So the bond's continued. Let me ask you this, do you want, see what's the other gentleman's name? Marcus Fox, do you want him ordered to stay away from you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make mutual protection orders. I'll order you to stay away from him and him to stay away from you while it's pending. Your bond is continued.
There's that somewhere. I mean, this is gonna have, she's making 2 calls to different courts right now. And then she's
So I'm not sure what'll happen with him if he's gonna get out. You all, does he have a separate place to live from you?
Yes, I live with his brother-in-law. I live with his mom.
And he doesn't live there, doesn't have to live there? Okay. All right, what's your schedule coming up, Mr. Stratton?
It's
It's all over the place, Your Honor, so if you just give me a date, I'll see if it fits. I have my dates listed here.
How about the 11th of July?
Yeah, perfect. Good, good.
Next hearing will be July 11th for pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're going to need her to stay around to sign the protection order. It'll be just a few
she'll
minutes.
sign protection.
Yeah, I'll have her stick around, so let's walk outside first.
State of Ohio versus David A. Campbell, case number CRB 25378.
Court was supposed to call.
Mason County.
Yeah, but we'll get another.
Sir, you're David Campbell.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're being served a copy of the complaint right now. It's a domestic violence charge. And you were here when I explained
Yes, Your Honor.
the defense. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
The charge was June 17th in Fayette Township. You knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Jamie Campbell, and that she's either a member of your family or household. So the maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you wish to plead to it?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you working?
I'm retired.
You get a pension or do you have any income coming?
VA, Social Security, disability.
Okay, how much is that a month?
My disability, I get $1,200 a month.
Okay.
But I pay child support too.
You're eligible for court-appointed counsel. All right, Mr. Warford, I'll appoint you.
Good.
I think, has there been a bond posted?
Yes, I bonded out, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that'll be continued. So protection order requested?
I can't hear, I'm sorry.
No, and she does not request a protection order. And Your Honor, this is not the first time that these two have been here under similar circumstances, and I've learned a little bit about the situation. Previously, I think it was discussed that this gentleman is a veteran and has some lasting issues because of that, and it causes some problems within the home. However, he has a very sympathetic wife who wants to see him do better. She wants us to dismiss the case now, and I said to her that I wasn't willing to do that today. I don't know if his condition is something that's just going to be ongoing forever. I have sympathy for that, but I'm sure he's got to be tired of being before the court. So we want to track him, make sure that he's getting his services from the VA, and that they're doing as much for him as possible.
He's about to send you a letter.
Yeah.
My therapist is about to send a letter, Your Honor.
I've also been told by his spouse that having to come to court is even more stressful, causes worse problems than not coming to court. And I just don't know how to address that.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Well, what are you going to say? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to further elaborate on that my husband does suffer from a TBI and PTSD. He did 4 tours. He is a war veteran. I mean, he does have mental health issues, and he is going to therapy, he is going to treatment. And I explained to Mr. Held here that keeping him in the court system just increases the stressors and the paranoia and things of that nature, and it's more detrimental to his mental health to be within the court system than to be out. And I spoke to his therapist while we were here, because I explained that to him, and his therapist is in the process of emailing an official medical statement stating what I have just stated as well.
Well, I'm reading the affidavit, and I'm assuming you're the one that called the police?
No, actually, I'm not the one that called the police.
Who called the police?
I did, Your Honor.
Actually,
he did? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems like it was a pretty agitated situation, according to what I'm reading in the affidavit, if it's correct. I mean, I don't make the charges. That's what the prosecutor's office decides what charges are filed.
Right.
So,
but we've
to dismiss it over their objection. I'm not gonna say, oh, you're right, ma'am, I'm gonna dismiss it. There is a basis for the charge in the affidavit if these allegations are correct. So I'm gonna allow it to pen, and I think what the prosecutor is recommending is very reasonable. And I do now remember Mr. Campbell, that he is a veteran, and apparently he's availing himself at least somewhat of services available to veterans, and there are a lot. And we have a lot of veterans that come to this court.
Yes,
I
Your
have a
Honor.
pretty good relationship with the VA.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a very good facility locally at
Yes,
Spring
Your Honor.
Valley, and they provide a lot of services. And I feel like they're very professional.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
he can and should avail himself of the services that are there. I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
I agree, Your Honor. And he has been in treatment. He's been in therapy. He's doing well. I have a relationship with his therapist. He has a relationship, and it has been going well.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow the case to pen.
Okay.
And as I understand it, he's agreeing that he will continue with services at the VA.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we actually have a liaison, Ms. Rayburn, with the VA. I'm going to tell her that this case is pending, and that she will be very good about giving me updates as to what you're doing. So I want you to get the help you need, and that there's no further problems, and that you and your wife have a great life and
Thank you.
don't have to come back to court anymore. But I also, with this allegation in front of me, if I just, over the state's objection, dismiss it, and then you wind up getting hurt,
I understand.
I'm going to be on the hook.
I do
Because I was
understand.
on notice that there's a problem, and I didn't address it.
I understand.
Okay. So, I would say come back in about a month, Mr. Morford.
Yes, Judge.
Let him
And
go to the VA.
And I would also like to drop the protective order. Do we do that now? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm not issuing one at your request.
Okay, thank you.
So let's go about a month out and set a hearing, and then we'll get a report from the VA as to what he's doing and how he's doing it.
Okay.
About the 21st of July.
I'm here then, Your Honor.
Okay, July 21st will be the next hearing, pre-trial. We're looking for a report from the VA. And I'm going to send this to Ms. Rayburn right now by text.
Make sure you're doing everything.
Yes. At 10 p.m.
Okay, July 21st is the next hearing. Let's hold that for a minute.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, he says he did. It's not involved.
You're good.
I just marked it. It's out there.
I need to stop here today because I'm about to lose myself. I don't know what to say. 63 gifted memberships today from an amazing community that 8 months ago wasn't even a thing. Doing courtroom stuff wasn't even on my radar. It's something that YouTube started pushing me, and I've done other things on YouTube, and I just had this thought that I could do it a little different and build something special, and it took off very fast. Within the first day, I had 200 subscribers, and in under a month, we had over 1,000, and the channel was monetized, and here we are now, and it just keeps getting better every day. And yeah, it takes a lot to get me to the point where I'm not sure what to say, but I'm not sure what to say other than thank you. So I'm gonna leave it there. New channel members, if you're lurking out there, please do put a thanks in the chat for all of those who donated so much today. And it's been a huge day for the channel. Even beyond that, like I said, we had traffic now is at about 7 times what it normally is through the course of the stream. So lots of new people stopping by, and you guys did a lot to make sure that what they saw was something special. So again, I appreciate it so much. Thank you. God bless you, Kaz. Thank you for that. I need to go though. So yeah, we'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Channel members, you get to be here half an hour earlier. So if you're a new channel member, please do join us for the pre-show. It's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. And Lindsay donates another 10. Is the goal now to get me to break down? Is that what you're shooting for? I've said it at least once today, and I'll say it again. I'm just some dude on YouTube. I'm nobody, but you guys treat me like I'm somebody. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. So thank you. So yeah, like I said, I need to go. But thank you so much. We'll be back on Monday. Please do enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Be safe. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. And if everything goes well this weekend, we will have a nice merch launch for you on Monday that I think everybody will enjoy. Ashley, you make the difference, Dan. Michael, you are somebody, Dan. Thank you. In the grand scheme of things, though, I'm just some dude. Love you too, Barbara. All right. I'll see you on Monday. Take care. God bless.